Alright, well, you know, we gotta figure out a really cool way to do this. Get this all packaged up, and there's a way. I've been doing this since I was a kid. You know, this way I used to do electric cord too, so I know this is probably not a military issue or whatever, but while you're doing this, okay, you can actually, if you're standing, you can actually lay this out and it'll relax, okay? Because most of the time this stuff has a bad problem with twisting. You know, you don't want that to happen. And there's a little technique I do with this. See how it's all knotted up, it's twisting. So if you're standing, you know, there's a proper way to do this. If you're standing, you can lay this relax. Okay, let this relax. Yeah, I know you're saying, that's not how you do it. You use a stick. Well, you know what? I don't really have time for all that. I can't use my hand because it always gets trapped in here. So what I do is, I go like this, okay? Then I wrap a few feet on here, okay? And I know what you're going to say, well, that's not going to fit in my bag. Well, that's not done yet, so just chill out. Okay. Okay, and you get it tight. Try to get it where it's not all doing that twisty thing, because that's the main thing I don't like about paracord. Okay. And then what I do is, I do that little number, so we fold this in half. Okay. And then you have a shot at actually finishing this up. You know, in some kind of a, you know, quick way. If you just want to like wrap this up. This might take a little bit more time than what you got, but then you're like, well, how are you going to tie that up? Well, it doesn't require much thought. All you're going to do is get to the end. Try to keep this as, you know, uniform as possible. Sometimes I've had to do this, I didn't have much time. I might have too much cordage on here, so we'll just go back the other way. You know, just for posterity, you can figure out what works for you. But this is what I do. And I wrap it all the way back up around this way. And just kind of get it snug. Yeah, I know this isn't the best way to do it, but it's the way I do it. Just get it kind of snug and throw it in there. See? Boom. That's not too hard, is it? I guess give yourself about 2 pulls at the left if it's 50 feet. Okay, that's what I do. And I just go like this. I'm sure there's somebody who's got an easier, better way to do this, but if you just want to do everything by hand like I do, this is the way I do all my stuff. I just do it like that. It's not quick release or anything, but if you get it down to where you know exactly where this cord's going to end up at, there we go. See? Kind of like that. I mean, it makes more sense because that's just the way it just seems like it's feasible. And then, bend this over. See? Now, tie it back up. That way you can get this put up and get it in there and get it on out of here. And just kind of like tuck that in and pull it taut. Like I said, it's not the neatest, but it works. It's pretty fast. just in case you're wondering how you're gonna, now what am I gonna do? And then while you're at it, kind of gives you a shot at actually handling the ends once you get a lot of this cut. Ow! Probably not supposed to do that, are you? See, like how these ends are frayed? So if you happen to get a big bulk of this paracord, and you want to do what I'm doing, make it look somewhat professional, so you can trade it, give it away, or keep it for, well, a monsoon day, or a tornado day, or a snow day. Ow! Painful. Don't try that at home, kids. Alright. I thought I fixed all these while me and you were cutting this. Was I just cutting them and we just kept going, or what? Oh yeah, baby, that feels good. Oh yeah! Not really. Shit hurts. Okay, there, that's done. Okay, there's 3 50-foot hanks. How many more I got to go here? Oh yeah, man, that didn't feel good though. Okay, one more time for the slow folks who rode the short bus like me. Okay, 1. Okay, and I said what? Leave me 2 off of there, right? Okay. Well, that one fell. You see what happened there. Maybe that'll work out for us this way. Like I said, I can't seem to repeat it exactly right every time, so you can tell I haven't done this too many times recently. But the whole idea is to get some of this on this end, right? Okay. That should give you a pretty decent, start at it. And then fold it over, right? And then start back the other way, see? That's exactly what I was trying to do the first time, but it didn't work out that way. So we'll start down here a little bit, because we need some more down here. Let's try this again. Okay, so it goes right. I haven't done this in a while, because I haven't had this much paracord to deal with lately. Okay, then we're just going to go and go back over. Like I said, I probably didn't do this one right either. Nope. Didn't do that one right either, but you get the idea. You'll figure it out eventually. Sometimes I can't do it like that, so what I do is I skip over a little bit and just try to get a bulk of it. It's not going to look like, most of the time, like you get it from the store, unless you really want to sit there and jack with it for a while. But if you're used to dealing in 50-foot increments, you can pretty much do this the same style and way every single time. So, and like I said, you see how many hanks we got out of that so far? That's 200. No cost to me other than riding my happy butt to town. Now you can probably do it this other way, like this too, but I don't really prefer to do it this way because if you cross these over, it gets tangled up real easy. But you can do it this way right here too. You can actually I don't prefer to do it this way. But take it, and bend it over like this. Okay? See? I don't really like doing it that way. I like to actually do one side and the other, but you can actually get right here, go all the way to the end. Okay? This is where it gets kind of, like I said, it gets a little goofy. And then just work your way back down. I don't really like doing it that way because a lot of times I end up getting the cordage off. So you can do it like that too. Just fold it completely in half. You know, kind of like how it looks when you get it in a hank at the store. But I don't really prefer to do it that way because I can't get it out of the hank like that straight. Usually it gets all tangled up. Anyhow, so if you can do it like that, then you'll probably be better off. But I don't prefer to do it that way. But you can do it that way. I think I've done it a couple times like that, and sometimes you can pull it off. And if you're in the dark and you're trying to do this, oh yeah, man. Good luck to you. And just like barely, all you have to do is just barely cinch that over. See? So then you have two ways to do this. Just fold it over and leave yourself as a 50-foot. And I think that's what, 2 more? So that's 2 more loops off of there. So we'll try 1 more and see if we can make the adjustment. Okay, 2. There. Okay, now fold it in half. See, as I said, these have a tendency to get tangled up, and I don't like that. Now we're starting at the end, see? But if you don't have any, help, like an extra hand, a guardian angel, or a demon, or something, stick, a jig, this is how I do it, just do. Neat's okay, but as long as it works. Yeah, it's not pretty, I get it. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit more than that, probably actually 4. But, yeah, there you go. Pretty easy, simple way to wrap these back up. So they're not magical commando ones. That one's not too bad. But, I just prefer to do it like 2 in and on the outside. Plus, this is the fastest way I know to do it, especially if you got a lot of this to do. Okay, now we need to leave, I think the actual magic number would be 6 off the end. This is a 50-foot piece, so we'll wrap it all the way up. Try to get it all straightened out. See how it's lining up, which is what was wrong with it when it's on the spool anyway, it was all twisted up. But like I said, try to do this standing and get this stuff to relax. It has a tendency to want to twist up and do a bunch of goofy stuff. See how it's wanting to twist up there? That's the way it was on the spool though. Yeah, see how it's wanting to do it right there. There we go. And just try to get to relax, man. Just, dude, chill out, dude. Here we're going to put it all the way back up here. It goes all the way up. That's a little bit longer than the other one. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. What was it, 4? That's what I said. Okay. Now. Try to pull it straight and taut. Bend it over. Yeah, bend it over. Okay. Now, if you don't, like I said, if you don't have any hands, there we go. That ain't too bad. Or sloppy. Just in case you want to try to recreate the, you know, the way you got it look. And you want to be able to pack it up, you know, and you don't want it getting all screwed up. Like I said, this works, but I have a problem when I unravel it. You know, if it's in the dark and you're in an emergency, this might not be the best way to do it, but it's definitely a good way to wrap it up in the cinch and get on down the road and stick it in your pack. Just depends on you. Alright, there's another one. See, that one a little bit faster. See, that wasn't looking too bad. They don't all look alike, but, you know, once you start figuring out how this goes. But if you got a lot of this to do like I do, if I want it to look good, then I'll go back and do it again. But I just want to get this all taken care of. There's things I want to do, like get on with the other main project I was trying to do in the first place. So you get in situations like that. Paracord, in my opinion, really just good for learning how to tie knots or untie them. And ridgeline or shoestrings. Haven't really been able to use these as shoestrings yet because, well, I can't get them in the lace. So that might not be a good idea to use these for shoelaces, because I couldn't even get them in there. Just to let y'all know, I couldn't even use these as shoelaces. And I needed it set really bad, so I did like most people do. I went behind Payless shoe store and I found some in a dumpster. Alright, here we go again. Remember trying to get all these problems out of this cordage because it was improperly taken care of. Alright, so we're trying to cord it. Here we go. Should be doing the standing up, remember, so we can get it to relax as we. This might be good for something. I haven't really quite figured out what yet. Well, everybody's like, well, what about ridge lines? It's like, do you really need a ridge line? I mean, there's so much housing available and structures and material laying around. Do you really need, I mean, in an emergency situation, I mean, are you really even going to have access to this stuff most of the time? I mean, that's the way it's been for me every time. If it was an emergency, I never had access to none of this. I was like, you know, hey, that's it. I'm out in the rain. It's snowing. It's cold. I don't have any access to anything at all. Just the clothes on my back and whatever was in my pocket. That's what I want to let y'all know. Sometimes you're not even going to have access to any of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 50-foot section again. See if we can recreate this in a sensible fashion. Okay, let's try to pull it. We've already got it to relax because it did have a, you know, had that tendency where it wants to do the well, what it does best. Get crooked and unwieldy and get in my way and make an ass out of itself. Okay, so here we go. So this one, yeah, pretty much doing what I wanted for a change. So a 50-foot section, wind it all the way up, back it off 4 arm lengths, and, you know, wrap it up like this. Snug it down a little bit. There you go. And that pretty much gives you the, what do you call the store-bought Hank look on your paracord. I don't recommend it, but, you know, it does look, and it stores really good like this, but I just have a problem, once again, like I said, with when I unravel this. When I need, you know, when I gotta bring it, you know, when it's time for the emergency. Remember I said I never have cordage in an emergency? I usually have to go without. I just admit it. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, here we go. So, as you can tell, other than the fact I like to say sew a lot, because I like sewing. Ow! There we go. Got one. Yeah, that one came out pretty good, huh? Wow. Pat myself on the back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 50-foot hanks of paracord. Okay, so that's 400 feet. Plus we got the 102 footer. And, like I said, I got that out of the